everybody. I hope you're doing really well. Just a little check-in. You know, it's been so crazy lately with the intensity of the grand square that we just went through. It's the mutable signs of Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And I'm sure you've been feeling it, even if you're not into astrology. And if you are unsure or want to know more about like the placements that we've been feeling from all the planets, some really great astrologers that I love would be Kai Pacha. He's an evolutionary astrologer, as well as the Leo King, aka David Lawrence Palmer, Pam Gregory. There's Coyote Astrology, Moon Magic with Sarah. Sarah, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your last name. Timothy Halloran with Rasalila Healing. Just so many great sources. But you know, right now, all the intensity of the planets, it's really about shifting us into our highest, highest space in our hearts. Not like who we think we are with our heads, but it's like the heart center and really feeling into that, which I know it's not easy for a lot of people. A lot of us have guarded ourselves and we don't know how to open, or we don't trust enough. And what's really exciting for me is that when I went on this trip to Mexico in March, and, you know, had things been different in my life, it wouldn't have happened. So looking back now, I can see how things like unfold in my life to transform me, even if I'm not really like, I want to hold on and go, oh no, it can't change. But I went to the Yucatan, to the Mayan pyramids with Kai Pacha and Miguel Angel, who's just a beautiful shaman in the Mayan tradition. And I met this amazing soul family. And our guide, JJ, Juan Jose, who is awesome, but on the bus, he kept saying, okay, family, or come on, family. And we were like this beautiful family, because so many of us on that trip were in our heart center, like we weren't guarded. We were ready to open our hearts. And I'm so thankful because three of my sisters from that trip are coming to meet me in Mount Shasta. We spoke the other day, and within like less than 24 hours, we had this whole trip planned. And one of the girls is coming from Switzerland, so that's no small feat. The other one's from New Jersey and from Seattle. But, we just felt the resonance together on this trip because we were really like open to each other. And it's so important because right now the energies of all the planets, like Saturn and Pluto, which is karma and deep transformation on the South Node, it's about releasing the old stories and transforming ourselves and stepping into our highest heart, and that can only happen when we allow others to really see us, I know we all have friendships. Some of them are like more casual, and there's nothing wrong with those. Like we have all levels of friendships, but the deepest level of heart sharing obviously would be an intimate partner. You have to allow yourself to be seen, but beyond that, to have friends like your tribe that you hang out with that want to love you and they want to see you and they show you, the darker and the lighter sides of you, so you can transform. And this trip that we're going to do in California is really cool because when we went to the Mayan pyramids, it was, a sacred, beautiful trip that we went on. This just sacred spiritual journey. And Mount Shasta is considered the root chakra of the planet. And one of my friends said, we should make a journey of all the chakras on the planet. Like, wouldn't that be awesome to go and do a trip to each one of them? And so we're starting at the root in Mount Shasta. And she went on computer, we were talking on the phone, and she said, oh yeah, hold on. And she looked up the other chakras, and on the planet, I'm not sure like what order they all go in, but there's Lake Titicaca in Peru, the Great Pyramids of Giza. I know for a fact Glastonbury is the heart center. I've been there numerous times. My little ravens on my back speak to the Morrigans. I don't know if you can see them back there. Yeah, they're kind of back there. But at any rate, those are the Morrigans. There's 9 of them, 8 of them on my back. I am the 9th one, but that's for a different story. So we're going to do these the heart chakra will do the journey. And I'm trying to think what the other one was. Okay, so I think the ajna, the third eye, is like etheric. I don't think there's an actual place associated with it, but one of the chakras is in Tibet, somewhere in the Himalayas, and I'm forgetting the last one, but it's exciting because that will all unfold in due time, but to be able to bring them to Mount Shasta in these intense times when we've made a reconnection. And I don't know about you, but I know, like, when I meet people that I've had other lifetimes with, I can feel it like immediately. Sometimes I'll even get flashes and I'll see past lives, which is also always a beautiful thing. But even just feeling it in my heart, I feel the resonance of that. So we're going to start this journey, and I'll get to introduce them to many of my friends. I lived there for almost 20 years, and my grandson was born there in 2012, and his sister in 2015. She's going to be 4. My daughters are both there in that area and in Reading, and it's just going to be really nice to be able to do that, But right now, it's the times are about releasing all the layers that we built up, and about being truly seen so we can step into our highest resonance. And that requires vulnerability. And you can't be vulnerable and guard yourself at the same time. It's not possible. And so if we stay stuck in our old stories, the old conditions, the old patterns, the traumas from past lives and from this lifetime from years ago, we don't get to live our highest joy. We don't get to be who we are, It's not about like who we think we are. That's the monkey mind. That's the intellect. That's not who you really are. Who you really are is here. So it's about bringing the masculine, the mind, into balance point with the feminine so that we can bring in our highest essence. So if you're feeling squeezed and you're feeling stressed and you're feeling the intensity of these times, you're not alone. It's really, really intense. Breathing for me has helped. Meditation, going to the gym. Like today I didn't want to go. And I'm glad I did because it was awesome. That's usually the time too that you need to do something. Like when you kind of have to push yourself and you do it. And then it's like so great. Like today I went and there were a few things that resulted from that trip to the gym, which were awesome. Met some really great people and looking forward to meeting a bunch more people at this 70s theme party that there's going to be here at the pool on Friday. And then, upcoming, we have the summer solstice on the 21st, which is the day of the longest light reaching the earth. So step into that light, like remember your resonance, remember who you are, and breathe it in. Maybe you're in a place where you can find a solstice ceremony, or if you can't do your own, go into meditation and light a candle to represent the sun and just breathe it all in. It's a really powerful day. And then eclipse season begins, and I believe it's a solar eclipse on July 2nd. I'm actually flying that day to California, but I had no idea that I booked my ticket on the first eclipse. There's usually 2 or 3 eclipses in eclipse season. We'll have a lunar eclipse as well, but that's me flying on the day of the eclipse, which is always life transforming. Eclipse, we'll feel the effects for like 6 months to a year after they happen, and so I didn't realize the eclipse was happening that day, but there's like the unseen hands, always pushing me and taking care of me. And they're like, yeah, you're going to be flying towards Mount Shasta on that day. And then waiting for my friends to arrive, like, the following month in early August, and to have 4 days with them. We booked this amazing little cabin on the river. I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome. But I just want to check in with everybody and see how you're all doing, and hope that you're getting through all this and that you're finding your soul tribe. It's great to connect to people on social situations and casual, but if you really want to know who you are, allow people to really look into your soul. That's the only way, that you're really going to see the fullness of who you are, and they'll be able to see the fullness of who you are. And, really, people that are really close to you, they're supposed to call you on your stuff. They're supposed to call you out when you're screwing up, or you're doing stupid things, or you're refusing to see something. I mean, that's their job. If they really love you, they're going to call you on it. Let them, Why wouldn't want somebody to say something that can make you grow and shift into a higher version of yourself, It's like a pearl. Think about an oyster, It gets this one little tiny grain of sand, right? It's really minute. But it just aggravates the hell out of that oyster. And the oyster's wiggling around going, oh, I don't like this, get this out. And when it's all done, it has this beautiful pearl. And that's actually the energy of the grand square or grand cross. It's called either or, especially in the mutable signs, because it's all about change. The mutable signs are about change. And I love it because Kai Pacha, He calls it the diamond. And if you take the grand square, it kind of looks like a rectangle, and turn it on its side, it is. Well, square, it looks like a diamond, you know? And I loved when he said that, because I have a mutable grand cross, grand square in, Gemini, Sag, Virgo, and Pisces. Most of my planets are in those houses. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll claim that diamond, because I'm going to tell you, with Pluto ruling my chart and my Scorpio ascendant, I feel so deeply. Like, waves of sadness will come up out of nowhere, usually at night when I'm lying in bed, but I'll just feel it and I go, God, I thought I was over that like months ago, but I allow it to transform me. I allow myself to cry and weep and like shake or whatever it is I'm feeling, because I know at the tail end of it, it's healing and it's helping me to like elevate into the highest aspect of who I came on this earth to be. And these 2 years of 2019 and 2020 are here to shift us, to collect us back to ourselves, And there's really, really nothing better to shift you than to allow yourself to be seen. And that requires vulnerability. You can't be guarded and be vulnerable at the same time. It's not possible, So I invite you to step into your vulnerability. And if you have never seen Brene Brown's TED Talk, look it up, Brene, Brene Brown, on YouTube. She's amazing. She is a researcher who researches shame and vulnerability, and I've spoken to her before, but I highly recommend her stuff. She's amazing, and you will live your best life when you allow yourself to step into that. Allow others to love you, to call you out on your shit, to be there for you, to help raise you up to your highest elevation, your highest level. And we're only in Tuesday, so I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I'm looking forward to a 70s theme party on Friday, and then getting ready to fly in a few weeks. So lots going on here. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for checking in with me, and take care of yourselves.